Hello, Elizabeth. It's been so long.
I know.
Oh my goodness. I am excited as usual. One, I get to spend like 40 minutes with you,
Okay.
uninterrupted. Nobody is here to bug us.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about one of our favoriteest things ever.
And what's that?
It's not wine, even though that's what's sitting in front of us. But we are going to enjoy some of that
Okay.
while we talk about it because we're going to talk about the cabin.
The cabin?
Is that right? Is that what it was? You said something about cabin. Now, maybe I got the topic wrong, but the word cabin was in there.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really plan this talk at all. I think by now everybody knows that we just wing it. So I just threw this topic out there because a viewer said,
This was a viewer requested topic.
yes. So, I mean, there weren't specifics about it. It just said cabin. So we're going to talk about the cabin.
And one of our favorite things to do at the cabin is relax.
Yeah.
And what better way to relax on a warm day than with a glass of Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah.
This is a 2022. I don't know that I've had this one yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've had the 2021 many times. Maybe last year.
Yeah.
You just talk while I'm doing
I
this.
have the polka dots today. So normally we drink wine in a stemmed glass, but because we are kind of have a tendency to talk with our hands sometimes, and there's a lot of equipment around here, I went with stemless today. So, of course, I got these glasses at the
Slancha.
at the Home Goods, because that's
Mhm.
where I usually get my glassware.
Can you see my swirls?
And I have the polka dots.
Show them your dots. Oh yeah, that's good. That's crisp and refreshing.
So,
Here, show them the bottle. Talk about it. Tell them what that is. We're going to talk about the cabin, but first we're going to talk about what we're
Ferrari-Carano.
drinking.
Is that how you say that?
Ferrari-Carano.
Ferrari-Carano.
And that's...
We went there when we were in Napa.
Yeah.
We saw this vineyard. If you go to Napa, go to this vineyard. Their wine, I love this wine. Like for the price point, if you're having a party or you want to share a bottle with somebody, this is a great, refreshing, good wine for the price point. I didn't care for the rest of their wines.
Well, we drink their Sienna.
Oh yeah, Sienna, we drink that one too.
Yeah.
So two of their wines.
Two of their wines we enjoyed, yeah.
Yeah. But their vineyard, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely breathtaking. There was a photo of me in my favorite jumpsuit, the red jumpsuit, there at their vineyard. That was very beautiful.
Just scroll backwards to October of...
Yeah, scroll back and then scroll back some more.
Was that 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah, October of 2021. We were out there for our buddy Davey Dave's 40th birthday.
Oh, he's gonna be mad at you.
Well, no, I'll know if he listens.
But anyways, we had a blast.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, we do love Ferrari-Carano. So.
2 vineyards a day for 7 days.
Yeah. My stomach. I don't know if I could do it again. Like I would have to pace myself more, I think.
Like 1 vineyard one day and then 2 the next instead of 2 every day.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it didn't help that we always, somebody or a couple people bought bottles at the vineyards and we bring them back and enjoy them at the
True.
VRBO.
But we don't need to talk about that. Because today we are talking about
Oh
the
my
cabin.
goodness, what are we? 3 minutes into the podcast, we said what we were going to talk about and we started drinking wine and we haven't talked about anything we were going to talk about.
No.
The cabin.
The cabin. What about the cabin? So you said we relaxed there. Do you feel like we relaxed this year?
No.
No.
There was moments,
There was moments.
but there was not a full day of relaxing at the cabin this year.
No. It was pretty intense this year at the cabin. So, um, our cabin. So let's maybe these viewers don't know anything about our cabin.
This would
So
be a
let's-
perfect spot if we have a picture of the cabin where I can put it into the video.
Okay. Well, we do.
Okay.
Someplace. You'll have to look for it.
Elizabeth is in charge of getting me that information.
Okay. So let's talk about how we acquired this cabin. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, we had to purchase it,
Okay.
but let's start from the beginning. Back when we left northern Minnesota,
Well, what happened? What was going on? Oh,
are
you're talking. Oh my goodness, you're going way
I
back.
thought we were going. Where I thought we were going.
Okay, okay, you tell your story. Sorry
So
for interrupting.
back in 2005, we left northern Minnesota, and we weren't sure if we were going to sell our house or not at the time. We were kind of up in the air. We're like, do we sell it? Do we have to sell it? Came to after like 2 months, we decided there was nothing else we could do. We had to sell it.
We needed the
We needed
money.
the money. We had to
Yeah,
survive. We needed to live, um, which was a bummer because we didn't pay much for that house. But
yeah.
yeah, so
And we were young.
we were young,
We were really young.
young.
And we were not doing well financially at all.
No, we started over.
Oh yeah. We've started over a few times.
So we got rid of the house. We moved here. We found a house like 18 months later after renting. We found a house, we moved in, and we said we would love to have a place to go back and visit. And that really hit home when your dad passed and we didn't no longer had the hunting shack. We're like, okay, now we have nothing in northern Minnesota to go back to. So was that about 2014 when we were like
20,
on the hunt?
2013 was when my dad passed.
Yeah, and then the next summer, I think we were back up there for family camp, and that's when we started like driving by the lakes and looking at cabins or lake lots. And so that's when the dream started to really fizzle. And I think every time we went up there, you and I would drive out to what is Wine Lake across from Giants Ridge, because that's the lake I really wanted to be on. I had so many good memories from Wine Lake with you and Noah and friends going there after work. And it wasn't the lake I grew up on, wasn't the lake you grew up on, but it was the lake we started to make memories on.
Yeah, it was
So
the lake that we started making memories on as soon as we got married.
yeah,
And so I think that for us, that was like our bonding. It wasn't yours, it wasn't mine, it was ours.
yeah,
And so that was the lake we wanted to be on.
yeah.
And my family did have some family history there, which was kind of cool.
It was pre us.
Way pre. It was pre. Well, not I wouldn't say pre my dad, but pretty much. My dad
Yeah.
was only 3,
Yeah, it was
so
a long time
a
ago.
long time ago.
And so we just the dream was at that point a dream, and it was for 4 or 5 years. Like we just the price of land and the price of the houses and cabins just kept going and going and going. So every time we get to where we were the year before, where we'd be like, oh, let's go look at it. We can do it. We'd get there and it's 20% more. We're like, oh crap, now we can't. Now we have to save again. So it just kept
The grass kept going.
yeah, it
farther
just
and
kept
farther
going
away.
further and further away, right? So
Yeah.
and then we're gonna jump ahead to COVID, and I will let you take over the story from COVID because it is your story to tell, really.
I mean, I kind of took the reins on it then, yeah, but it's still our story. But yeah, so Aaron, you rented us a VRBO up on the North Shore because
I
the
just
girls couldn't go to camp
girls couldn't go to camp.
because of
You
COVID.
and where had you never been?
I had never been to Grand Marais.
You'd never been to Grand Marais,
Never.
and I just learned that. Like I did not. We grew up not
Yeah.
far from there, so I
Right.
just assumed. And who your dad was, I just assumed that you'd been to Grand Marais.
Never. Not that I know of. And when I asked my mom, she said the more she thought about it, the more she was like, I don't think you've ever been to Grand Marais. Like my parents had gone
Yep.
or went, but never took us kids. And so, which is fine. So Aaron, of course, immediately got on the laptop and was like, let's do this. Let's get a vacation. And I was like, well, it's COVID. Either all of them are going to be rented or whatever. But we got a place, a cute little cabin that slept. It was a 2-bedroom cabin.
It was a 2 bedroom with a pull-out, so it slept.
Yeah,
It slept
6
seven,
or
I think?
8. Yeah, okay. And it was super cute. We had a blast. Bentley was amazing. The kids
Right.
all loved it. And
Right
my
on Lake Superior.
right on Lake Superior. And it was so weird because like we text my sister and my brother and my mom and it was just like, hey, we have this. If you can head on over. We know it's an hour drive, but you're welcome to come over.
Yeah.
And they all came.
Yeah.
Like it was so weird. They're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's plan a meal and let's have a good
We
time.
literally had one day to ourselves, right?
Yeah, it
Because
was
everybody
like
just showed up.
nonstop company.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what cabin life is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
This is what I want. And I looked over at Aaron when we were all sitting on the deck one night, and I was like, do you think that we could afford a cabin now? And he's like, well, I don't know, but it doesn't hurt to look. That's you in my brain. That's how you sound. And
Thank you.
so, whatever. So I looked up, of course, pulled up the Zillow or whatever
She
app, and
Googled cabin life, northern Minnesota. No, what did you? Yeah, Zillow.
I think I went to Zillow. And we had been looking only at this, basically this one lake. Randomly, we would look at other lakes, but we only would look at this one lake. And then I kind of expanded the search because I was really getting depressed, sad, discouraged about this whole cabin thing.
Did you have like a push? Was there like a force that was external that was like, Elizabeth, maybe you should open?
Yeah, something. And I was, well, the lake that we wanted to be on is in a chain of lakes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's just look at the whole chain.
Brilliant.
So, of course, there was this property, and I was like, holy cow, this is somewhat in our price range. It is literally a one-bedroom cabin.
She said it's in our price range. And I was like, it must, like, it's a tear down, like
It kind of is a tear down,
everything I
but
was thinking. Well, I mean, I thought it was going to be like
a dump.
a dump, but it
Yeah.
just reminds me of my cabin or my grandparents' cabin so much,
Okay.
with the wood paneling and the picture window looking over the lake and
Yeah.
the bedroom in the back and the kitchen in the back. Like, to me, some days I feel like I could live there just because it brings back so much
Yeah.
nostalgia from grandma and grandpa's cabin.
Well, we couldn't live there because it's not year round.
Well, I mean, your husband is handy.
Yeah, but not that handy. It's going to cost a lot of money. You
Oh,
know
well,
that.
money,
Yeah.
but I could
Yeah.
do it.
Anyways, so we ended up finding this property, and my sister's husband's sister-in-law.
Yeah.
So my sister's sister-in-law.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
The math adds up.
Is a realtor up there. And I was like, I really would like to see this property. So Aaron said, contact her. So I contacted her, and I didn't think that we'd be able to get in like the next day on our way home. We came like a roundabout way, and we went and looked at it. Literally got out of the truck, took one step out, and both of us looked at each other and went, this is it. We hadn't even gone in the cabin yet.
Didn't know. There was no walking in the cabin. We were just like, this is it.
This is it. Like, we knew. It was like that full-fledged, full comfortable feeling. Like, you just knew. It was so weird.
And how big was that first spider we saw?
Oh my goodness. Big. Huge.
We haven't seen one.
Massive.
We haven't seen one that big since. It was because it was unoccupied. Yes.
But yeah. So we looked at it and we drove home. We didn't put an offer in right away, even though we knew.
We did not drive home. I'm going to correct you.
Okay.
We drove to Duluth.
Yeah. That's right. We did. Okay, again, a roundabout way.
But we did walk into that cabin after we
Yeah.
said, oh, it's ours. Like, this is what we want.
We
And-
looked it over.
And we looked it over and we're like, yeah,
It's doable.
this is great.
hmm
And we found out
It's a one-bedroom cabin,
one bedroom, 720 square feet.
720 square feet, has a pull-out couch in the living room and a day bed in the living room.
You added that.
Yeah.
The bedroom had a full bed and a twin.
Yeah, a full and a twin. What married couple sleeps in a full?
And I said, you know what, babe? It's a cabin. We can do this. We can do this.
Yeah.
We'll let that part be told in a minute. So we drove to your brother and sisters in Duluth.
Yep. And told them all about it. We were so excited.
So excited. It
Yep.
was literally like walking back into 1964 when you walk in this cabin.
It still is. Like,
Still is.
yeah. A few pieces of furniture have been changed, and that is it. Like, we've added some storage, and I added the day bed.
Then I changed the door.
And you changed the door. That's his fault.
That's completely my fault. Another story.
Yep.
So
But
many good
over
stories.
than other than that, nothing has changed. We have shag carpet.
Beautiful.
It's orange, red, and yellow.
Oh, I thought it was Skittles.
No, it looks like ketchup and mustard, kind
Mm.
of. Shag carpet. We have um, avocado appliances, both the stove and the fridge are avocado appliances. We have old metal cabinets in the kitchen, the full-on metal cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the bathroom has not been changed. Vanity. The mirror has like these globed lights
Mm-hmm.
that are attached to it. It's like gold colored or something
What
like that.
the tub and toilet are brown or tan, something
Tan or
like that.
something. Yeah.
It's really dingy lighting in the bathroom, so
Yeah.
I mean it could be white. I just don't know it.
We have like this globed light in the bedroom that has like flowers on it.
I know you've Insta-storied that multiple times.
It's pretty funny. Um yeah, it's an interesting cabin. I love it. 1964 is calling. They want their cabin back.
It's got a
Just kidding.
deck that overlooks the lake.
It does. What's your favorite thing about the cabin?
The actual physical building or the property on the lake.
The property on the lake.
I absolutely love our position on the lake where we get to like see the sun come up. Most of the time the wind doesn't hit us where we're at.
Kind of in a little bay.
We're in a little bay. We have the river coming by, so when people come by on tubes or kayaks into the lake, we get to listen to them laugh and giggle and sometimes fall.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we're right at the mouth of the river, pretty much. We're the second.
do I have to pick just one? 'Cause I got...
Well, I'll tell you my favorite then, if you can.
Yeah, tell me your favorite, and then
The
maybe I'll
smell.
copy you.
There is nothing like the smell of northern Minnesota. We have these great white pines, pine trees. Like they're huge. They're massive. They're this big around,
Right now, she's putting her arms at about 24 inches,
and they're super tall.
100 feet tall.
And they kind of sway in the wind.
And once in a while, you get a nice crack.
And yeah, they have like this really neat crack sound, and they smell. There's nothing else in the whole world that smells like them.
I do agree, and I think one of my favorite things is just sitting on the deck and taking all that in because you sit on the deck and you're just gonna look up, and we have like I don't, it's over 20 of those trees right around the deck.
Mhm. We should lay down one day and just take a picture from laying down
I've
up.
done it on Insta stories, but I don't think I've ever taken one and held on to it like on
Yeah.
that to disappear. But we counted trees the other day. Well, I
Hmm.
guess not the other day, but in June, and we started dreaming of a house and how it would lay out and what can we do and all that kind of stuff. And what we're at, like 56 trees we have to cut down just to put the house up.
Hmm.
56 trees.
Yeah.
So
We don't even want to build, we don't want a big house, but we want a decent sized house because we think we're going to have a lot of grandkids.
yeah,
But,
yeah, it's not gonna be
but we're just
massive.
dreaming anyways.
Yeah, we're just dreaming.
I mean, God, you got to have dreams.
Yeah, yeah. And without action, a dream is just a dream. So
Yeah.
someday that dream will become reality. But right now we're just like thought process of
Yeah.
what we're gonna do because there's so many variables that we've been going through. And as we're pounding steaks and thinking about it, and we're like, okay, no, that's not gonna work because we want to do that. We want to be able to have access to the lake for the boat, or if someone brings a camper and they want to put it down closer to the lake,
Yeah.
like all those different things that go into planning
Yeah.
the lake place.
And like our property is so covered in trees and underbrush and everything that there's a lot that
There it
is
is.
gonna have to be done. Yeah. So anyways, what did we start doing this summer?
Clearing.
We did start a little bit of clearing. So a lot of brush. We didn't
It was
do very many
so much
trees.
more.
It was a lot of brush.
Uh, what a like. It was more intensive than I thought it was gonna be. Like
Hmm.
we worked almost 7 hours one day,
Yeah.
and we have a trail that's 6 feet wide by 100 feet.
Yeah. But we have a few more parking spots for
But yeah, I mean, we
everyone.
did clear out 40 or 50 feet wide by 25 feet deep, so you can park a few cars. I think we get four in there now where we're
Okay.
at. So
We didn't really have very much parking before. It was like for
no,
2 or 3 cars. And
yeah,
that was
and
like,
if we did park 7 or 8 cars, everybody had to play parking lot
yeah.
to get get their things out. And then we cleared off by the shed and moved the wood pile, made more room over there. So
Yeah. But very rustic and very um rural.
that's one of my favorite parts about the cabin, is being able to do stuff and not have neighbors look at you like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I don't get looked at when I fire up a chainsaw. Down here, you fire up a chainsaw, and all the neighbors are out thinking you're, I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who that movie, Jason, was it? With the chainsaw?
I don't know.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Mm.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
I think that's because we're not from the city. I mean, we're both city kids if you think of it in our terms, but to like the rest of the country, probably not.
We're a bunch of hillbilly rednecks.
I don't know about that, but
Did you see how I tried to twang that?
yeah, we're also not that. We're like in the middle someplace.
We're in the middle someplace.
Yeah.
I love the water. And if it was up to me, we'd just be on the lake from sun up to sundown.
Yeah. But in northern Minnesota, I had to do it just once for everybody.
Yeah, you betcha. Tell us about it, babe.
Yeah, don't you know? Um, that it's not warm and it takes forever for the water to get warm. And then once the water is warm, it's only a few weeks until it's cold again. So,
Yeah.
like, our window of opportunity for the cold-blooded person that I am to swim is so narrow.
Yeah, we'll see if you get in the water this weekend.
I might. I mean, I've been in the water a few times. I feel like I got in the water more this summer than I did last summer, but I don't know. But our first summer at the cabin, we
Oh
only
my
had it 3 years.
goodness.
I was in the water all the
It
time.
was so nice.
It was. So I don't know. Like,
We never got that 8 days of 80 the
no,
last 2 summers.
I don't think so.
Like that first summer, we were having trouble sleeping at
I
night. It was so
think
hot.
the big thing about this summer was the fires. So I don't know if you guys know, but Canada has been having horrible fires. We had some even in the Boundary Waters, right?
Yep.
And the smoke has been so bad. Like our air quality has been the worst in the country, which we've never had before, or at least I don't remember it being this bad ever. Maybe
Yeah.
when we've had fires before it has, but literally you could go outside and like cut. It was smog, like you could see it and you could cut it.
It's only
So
like 80 feet to the water and you couldn't see the lake.
and you couldn't see the lake. It was super bad.
Super.
Super. You're welcome. I'm trying to get that out there. Just so.
Do a whole podcast in Minnesotan.
Minnesotan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here, let me bring you a casserole.
Yeah. You mean a hot dish?
Oh, a hot dish.
No. It's a casserole. Hot dish. I don't know. Anyways, so I think that was a big thing with our weather this summer is there were days where we were not supposed to be outside.
Yeah.
It was like 200, over 200, whatever that AUIs or something like that it is. It's crazy. I don't know.
I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be outside in this hazy smog, I'm going to have a cigar.
Wow, but it just didn't feel nice. It's funny because it would be hot out or warm out, and then it still would feel cool
Mm-hmm.
because the sun couldn't come through and
Yeah,
like
it was
warm you
not
up.
able to penetrate.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. I don't know. What else about the cabin?
We got the smells.
The
We
smells,
got the scenery.
the scenery.
We got the lake shore. We
I
got the
I don't know
beach
if
that you
anybody's ever
made.
noticed this, but I love repeating them.
We got the beach that you had me make.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. Oh, and now we have the fancy fireplace that you built.
I do love a good fire,
Friends.
friends.
We have some really good friends that live on the lake
Yeah.
that create some really long, late evenings.
Yes.
So that's,
Do you mean early into the mornings?
yeah, early into the morning. We're like stargazing from the hot tub.
So I think what the girls say is, "Oh, you're going to so and so's house. We'll see you tomorrow."
See you tomorrow. It's not inaccurate. So,
It's kind of a
yeah.
joke.
I mean, it's nice to see them. I love hanging out with Luke and Amy because they're both husband and wife entrepreneurs as well.
Yeah.
Completely different business. They are into the business of plumbing, and we're in the business of taking pictures. So, I mean, but at the end of the day,
Two
entrepreneur
peas.
is entrepreneur. Yeah,
Yep.
plumbing and photos. Um, and they're so unique. They also have how many kids?
They also have 5 kids.
They have five, and they
They have
are
5 boys.
all boys.
Yeah.
So it's
So
just a lot of fun to hang out and talk about that part of life with people,
yeah.
um, and to do it in a quiet, serene setting. It just feels it's more relaxed. I don't know. Do you feel like that? Like I feel like when we get out of the truck, when we pull into the property, like a whole bunch of relaxation sets into this, and then I just feel better.
Normally, yes, spring was that way, early summer was, but I felt like this later half of summer hasn't been that way. I just feel like it's been crazy
It has. I mean, and
because we were working up there too.
we were working.
Yeah,
We had
we had
clients
clients.
up there, which was great.
Yep,
Um,
I feel blessed to have clients
in
there.
fact, if we could make it so July and August were just all northern Minnesota clients,
Yeah,
and we just had a little bit of time off
not
in
traveling
between.
back and forth so
Yeah,
much. I think that's actually what gets me. It's the 3 hour drive.
3 hour drive.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a long drive, you guys, and um, I think for us, it's not that. It doesn't feel like that just because, or it does. Like some people would be like, I would never do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's across my whole state, say, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? For us, it's literally from the bottom
Bottom
third
third to the top
to the
third.
top third because our state is so
Yeah, I don't
big.
know how big it is from tip to toe, but
Yeah. So
definitely.
that's why, and because we're from there, I think too, and like as a kid, we would drive to the
Oh
cities,
yeah,
so it wasn't a big deal. But
I agree.
mhm,
But what was my rule when we were house shopping after we had already owned the cabin?
it couldn't be more than 3 hours
Couldn't
away.
be like if there was.
But what is it? It's like 3 hours and 7 minutes, isn't it?
I can do it in three, even though stopping for gas.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
it's not terrible.
yeah, I love
It's
the cabin.
it's like 200
It's
miles exactly, I think. So
okay. It cabin life is different, definitely. It is more relaxed. Um, it is. I love sitting on the deck or around the fire pit or on the dock.
oh, the dock is a nice place to sit too.
Like if you go and sit outside here, it just doesn't have the quietness
I
of
know even this far away from the city, we still have a lot of
sirens.
hustle and
Yeah,
bustle. And
a lot of hustle and bustle.
what's the other cool thing that we do up there? No,
Like,
golf.
oh, I thought maybe you were saying four-wheeling.
Four wheeling, that's fall. We'll start on the four wheeler again.
Dirt roads.
Dirt roads. Boy, is our truck
Lots of
dirty.
dirt roads. Yeah, if you guys have seen any Instagram stories lately, you can see how dirty the truck is. Ben is filthy.
Just a mess.
He is a mess. So, um, lots of dirt roads, which I do love. There's nothing like a dirt road.
You're 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I started golfing again
Yes, you did.
this year.
Hmm.
You came out with me once.
One
We
time.
had a couples night. That was fun.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how we golfed. It was just fun.
it was bad.
It was fun.
It was fun.
And enjoy. I enjoyed just being able to scoot across to the other side of the lake and have dinner too. That's kind of nice. Which I guess if we were on Wine Lake, we still would have been able to. I don't know how that would work with Giants Ridge and stuff, but they
Yeah.
have restaurants there too, I guess. So
Huh. We should go to Giants Ridge and have dinner. They have a new restaurant.
they do. They have the new barbecue joint,
Yeah.
which has been featured on the Food Network, I believe. So we
And
should do that.
our favorite pizza has been too.
Yep.
Dinner's Drive-Ins Dives, right?
Vice. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if Vice was on that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I know they were on something,
Yeah, they were.
but I don't remember what.
Yeah, I thought it was a magazine, but maybe
Okay.
it is. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, Vice people, if you know, let us know. Vice. Main Street. Is it 301? We should know this. It used to be our bar and restaurant, right?
Hmm.
Vi's Pizza. Check it out. Poor Gary's, the other one in town, across the street. It's like we like argue over. Oh wait, no, Poor
I
Gary's.
love them equally, actually.
Yeah,
The more like that we've gone back and forth, I I just love them both.
yeah. If you
So
ever stay up there, Poor Gary's will deliver. So
that's the
that's
thing
an added
too.
bonus.
And I just love Teddy.
And Teddy's amazing. But
Teddy,
what about their bacon cheeseburger pizza?
it's so phenomenal.
I can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even.
So I don't know. I,
Cabin life. Pizza,
yeah. Not beer.
no, not beer.
Whiskey,
Whiskey,
wine,
wine,
friends.
friends. Oh, we didn't even talk about anything with the boat. Other than I said I'd like to be on the lake from morning till night. But what about sunset boat cruises with music and
Kids dancing.
dancing and enjoying a cocktail as we tool around the 45-minute around the lake? So takes 45 minutes at 5 miles an hour to go around the lake, one loop. Yeah.
I do love the boat, but
Captain, my captain.
yeah. Anyways,
So
I don't I don't know if there's anything I don't like. The septic. We have to replace the septic. And the toilet you have to double flush.
she doesn't like the poop.
I know. And I don't want to poop outside
No.
in a outhouse.
In a porta john,
Yeah,
we do have one of those.
we do have a porta john because, well, our septic is questionable and it does need to be replaced.
Yeah. It's just
So,
nice when you have company
yeah,
to not have kids come in with their sandy feet.
yeah.
So
Or wet, dripping wet
dripping
too.
wet, yeah. That
So,
was kind of the soggy carpet got to me a little bit.
yeah, I almost think that we probably always would have a porta john or when and if we build a house, we would just put a bathroom like literally right next to the door.
Oh, I was thinking we could just put a toilet and sink in the garage with like, you know,
But the garage is going to be so set back.
no,
No,
the
we're looking.
attached one.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Just because it'll be easier to hose out.
yeah.
Just like,
I'm sorry. How did that go? It's kind of how you sound when you poop sometimes.
you are unbelievable sometimes.
I know. You're welcome.
What is when you're at the cabin and you have to start thinking about going home? How sad is that?
Sometimes it's not that sad. The problem for me sometimes is all the work that I have to do before I leave. So I won't leave the cabin a mess
No, it's got to be.
to come home because I don't want to go back there to a mess.
Yeah.
So I clean the cabin or we clean the cabin before we come home. And that's a lot of work sometimes. So this year we were going back and forth so much because of grandma and other things. And we kind of let it slack. Like I let it
Yeah.
slide
There was
because
some sloughing.
there was sloughing and emotionally I just couldn't take it. And um so this last time we did a very thorough clean and it was so much work. It's so much work. I'm sorry, but to vacuum shag carpet, you gotta vacuum like 3 or 4 different ways. You
Mhm.
gotta go this way and then this way and then this way and then this way and then do it all again.
You know, I think it would be great if you could stand up and give us a demonstration
No, I'll knock
on the.
things over. But you get, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
it's crazy.
It's crazy and it does get full of sand and
Mhm.
that's okay. And we're not ready to part with the shag carpet because it pulls the whole cabin together.
I don't know that I'll ever be ready to get rid of that shade carpet. You kind of were alluding to it earlier this year.
I mean, there's a lot of kids that run in and out of that cabin, and eventually it's just not gonna hold up.
I
But
know. I'm like, if the cabin goes, or if the carpet goes, the cabin goes. Like the day she rips that carpet out is the day I take the skid steer and just push the cabin over.
yeah, so that's the thing. Like people are like, oh, you can't go there in the winter. I'm like, no, it is literally a stick shack. The windows are single pane, which in lots of the country, I'm sure single pane is fine. I don't know. No, maybe not because they get hot.
Yeah, they gotta.
So
They need that dual pane.
yeah, do and so like in Minnesota it gets so cold here Like you can't stay there. The whole bottom is open. It's like on stilts, kind of,
And
not
when
way up,
and
but
when you
like
do heat it, what happens to the windows because they're single pane?
they frost up.
They come frosted.
Completely covered in
It's like
ice.
a 50s Christmas movie.
Yeah. And like the floors, it's open underneath, so we can't have running water or anything in the winter then.
Hmm.
So
And you can't walk around barefoot in the winter.
no, it's freezing in there.
You haven't been
So
there yet with me, but
yeah,
I had
I have been there in the fall.
yeah,
And the heater, there is a furnace, and it kind of
yeah,
keeps up. Yeah,
it does well.
yeah,
It does well. I
for
mean,
what it is.
it's not the most efficient
It
cabin in the
literally
house.
is just a furnace with the air that just blows out from the
Yeah.
furnace. So it has to like
Cold
just
intake in the top,
yeah,
warm air out the bottom.
it's yeah,
It's
it's
like a
not
fan with a torch in it.
yeah. It's not like it's ducted through the house or anything.
No.
There's no radiators. It just blows out from the furnace. So it's kind of cool. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, we have power. We do have power.
We
It's
get
not much for power, but it's power.
power and running water.
Power and running
I
water.
don't know what more you want, Elizabeth Marie.
I don't want any more right now. Currently, at this time in my life, I don't want any more. I
Perfect.
love it the way it is.
Yeah.
But some people, they're like, "Oh, you have a cabin. How many bedrooms?" Like, this is not a cabin house.
It's
This is
not a house on the lake.
this is not a house on the lake, and that it's not our second home. I mean, it is, but it is to us.
Yeah,
But it is a cabin.
it's a cabin.
So, yeah,
It's got its limitations.
it has its limitations, and we love it for that. And that's all we wanted.
But it's got enough room, not inside, but outside for as many people as we want.
Yep, you can come and tent, pop-up camper, little camper. Can't have a big camper.
Yeah, but I would keep it less than 23 feet.
Yeah. I don't even think they could get it in.
Yeah, our boat set one.
No, if it was bigger.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
said keep it to 23
Yeah, yeah.
feet.
So,
Yeah,
anyways, we love it
we'll see. We'll make maybe more room someday.
someday. When we feel like it, when we're ready. We have enough going on in our lives right now.
Cut it down,
Mhm.
make some trees burn.
Yeah,
So,
on purpose, not on accident.
on purpose.
Let's clarify
We
after
got a lot of brush to take care of this fall, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we love our cabin. It is a second home for us. The girls sleep in a. Where do the girls sleep?
Oh, they sleep out back
Yeah.
by the porta john
Yep.
in a pop-up camper.
In a pop-up camper. We don't have room for everybody in the cabin.
No, I mean in the fall we squeeze them in,
We squeeze them in.
but it is like if I'm up at 6:30, I have to be on tiptoes to drink my coffee because everybody's sleeping.
Sound asleep teenagers.
And I think it's ridiculous that I have to be the quiet one because they sleep in.
You don't have to be. I mean, you're pretty noisy even when you're quiet. Let's be honest. But they're teenagers. They sleep through everything. Oh, jeez. But I have mom ears still, so I hear everything. What happened this morning? Changing the subject for a second. We are currently, what are we doing this week?
Watching baby, watching grandbaby,
We're watching the
Miss
grandbaby.
Ellie. And I thought I was going to be super sneaky because I woke up first and Ellie wasn't up yet. So I snuck over to her side of the bed
To take
and I quietly took the monitor.
baby
And
monitor.
she didn't even, there wasn't even a peep to be heard, but she jumped out of bed. I thought she had a heart attack. It was like crazy. And I was like, dear, there's nothing's happening. Go back to bed. Go back to bed.
I had woke up 3 times last night just to check the monitor. I'm not used to that anymore, but our kids, when we had little ones, our house was so teeny tiny. Like, you didn't, like, there were basically no walls between us and the kids.
Yeah.
So you heard everything, but,
That's how the cabin is.
and that's how the cabin is.
When
So
Ellie
Ellie
stayed at the
comes, yep.
cabin, we could hear every.
Yeah. But when you know that there's a parent there to take care of the kid,
You sleep in.
I
You sleep a little better.
like, yeah, I could still hear it and I would be like, oh, that's a baby. She's safe.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my responsibility, which is really good to know that I can do that.
Not my ability.
Not
Responsibility.
have some more.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we love their cabin and we are so thankful for it. And if you don't have a place that you can get away to, you need to either find a place or VRBO or
Yeah.
make sure that you are getting
A camp, like
a
grab a
camp.
tent.
We used to tent
I
it.
love the tenting.
We also did have a little pull, well, medium-sized pull behind camper for a while that
Yeah.
we did too with the kids. I just think it's really good for children too to be able to get in the outdoors.
Yeah.
It's healthy for them,
And
emotionally, physically, everything.
learn a little something about living outside, like starting a fire. That's important. Cooking food over a fire.
Cooking food over a fire. We should talk about our South Dakota trip sometime
Yeah.
and how we did that.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
we'll do that one. Maybe we'll do that one next.
Okay. There you go. You have it.
We've talked about Disney so many times.
Not enough. Can't ever talk about Disney too much.
But
Anyway,
yeah, we love our cabin and yeah, it's good for
our cabin does have its own Instagram.
It actually does have its own Instagram.
It's Wins Whiskey.
Yeah, Wins Whiskey.
It should be Whiskey Wins, but because somebody already took that, we had to go with Wins Whiskey.
Yeah.
Uh,
.com and you'll find it.
Oh, .com?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, but the Instagram is just at
Oh,
Wins
yeah,
Whiskey.
At
At Wins Whiskey. And it's got like 7 or 8 followers.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you could be number 9 or 10. It's crazy. It's amazing and fun. I we do post some stuff there once in a while.
Mm.
Well, right now, like Noah and Abby are up there staying, so they have been taking it, so it gets
Oh,
posts like that.
okay.
So when friends and family come and stay there, they just
Take it.
take it,
Take it.
hashtag it, take it,
Take it like it's
@
hot.
it, take it like it's hot. Oh my goodness, I feel like it's probably time to stop.
Okay. Well, it is time to be done.
Time.
We do need to go deal with the baby.
That's it. You need to make dinner, or I need to make dinner. One of us has to make the dinners.
Yes. It's Taco Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday and Fume Blanc.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening about our cabin. I hope it inspires you to go on a vacation or go out into the wilderness.
just do something.
Do something.
Just do something.
Yep.
And you know what? You could do it while listening to this podcast.
You could.
You can put an AirPod in. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Earbud? AirPod? Yeah.
Yeah, AirPods.
Put one of those in your ear. Turn us on and go out in the woods.
Yeah.
Perfect. Go in the woods. Hey, we're on the Instagram. We are the Vokes. And if you need to drop us an email, tell us what you hate about us. It's 4girls@4girlsglamour.com. We also take love mail. It doesn't have to be hate mail. So feel free to do that too.
Yeah.
Also, have you talked about our Amazon?
I haven't yet, and we have a ton of videos up now. So reviews.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check out our Amazon storefront.
It's the Vokes on Amazon.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of our camera gear, a lot of our stuff we use for this podcast is on there.
Yeah.
We do Liz does clothing reviews. I have not done a clothing review yet, but I have some golf outfits that I was like, I could do
Yeah.
that we've bought off the Amazon.
Yeah. Things that we love are on there. Some things that we maybe don't necessarily love the most, but we do a review on it. I try to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to not like post one of my reviews.
Things we can't live without.
Things we can't live without.
It's crazy.
I should do one on the washcloths.
Yeah. Is this a PS? Like we were signing off and then we start talking again. Is this like when you write a letter?
Yeah,
You sign off and then you're like, oh yeah, one more thing.
P.S. Amazon storefront. Check it out.
Yeah, the Vokes. We're the Vokes everywhere.
Vokes.
If you just Google the Vokes, you're gonna find us.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know how to spell the Vokes,
It's VOLK. No.
I'm not even gonna talk anymore.
VOVK. V is in Victor. O. V is in Victor. K. Did you watch our podcast about pet peeves? Because you know how to spell out a name.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
If you
everybody.
haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Pet peeves.
There's so much useless information that we have given you guys
Yeah.
over the last 3 months
Mhm.
since we started this.
What do we call it on our Instagram? It's
That's the one with pet peeves.
No, no, no. Like, it's not useless information. It's
Unsolicited.
unsolicited
Unsolicited advice.
advice.
So if you guys need some advice that you didn't ask for,
Mhm.
it's get outside
Get outside.
and do something.
Yep.
Remember, life is what you make of it.
And life is short.
Yeah, so make it great.
Okay. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye
Thanks for
bye.
watching.
You make me laugh.